Hi everybody and welcome to Guild Wars 2 Little and Large. My name's Coop.
And my name's Nathrez.
Actually no, there is no Nathrez for this section of the episode. For the pure simple reason that Nathrez foolishly gave me access to his account earlier. Because as you probably know from previous episodes, his inventory was a bit of a train wreck. So I said, look, just give me access to your account and I will go in and I will sort out your inventory for you. So before he resets his password, I just wanted to create him a new character. So I'm going to go through the character creation with you guys based on what I think Nathrez would want for his character. Now he may keep this character, he may delete it, I don't know, but I'm going to do it for everybody anyway because this isn't really a joint video type thing, so let's get started, shall we, darlings? So first of all, you've got your character slots down here. Obviously you select the character you want and you can spin them around and look at them and it's all lovely and beautiful. This is the screen you'll get as soon as you log into Guild Wars. Now to create a new character, for those of you who don't know, you need to click on a blank square and then go to here, which says create. So we go ahead and click that, and then the next screen it will give you is all the races. So he's already got a char, so let's not go along that line. You've got human, Norn, Azuran and Sylvari. Now I know that Nathrez wants a ranger. Now in my eyes I try and link the class, so I choose what class I want to go with and then I choose the race around that. So with it being a ranger, I don't know why, but it's just stuck in my head that a ranger is a Sylvari. It's probably because, you know, it's all nature and they are animals themselves. Well, they're not, but they are. They're animals, my god! So I'm just going to go ahead and create him a wonderful Sylvari. Now naturally he is male, so I'm going to go with a male character. I don't think Nathrez is the sort of guy that likes to play as a female. But maybe he does. I don't know. Je ne sais pas. Well, as we've already discussed, I'm going to make him a ranger. Now I'll just take you through the other classes. He's already got a warrior, so it'd be pretty stupid to make him another warrior. There's Guardian, there's Revenant, which will be released in Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thorns. Yes, at the time of recording this video, Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thorns was not released. So yeah, that's great. I have actually had a chance to play the beta. That was before the game slobs was even thought of. So it was shortly after that, and it was kind of the reason why we decided to launch Game Slobs, because we know that people like to see betas and stuff like that. And as I've played for quite some time, I played the Guild Wars 2 initial beta, so I'm, you know, trying everything I can to get into all of these betas so we can film the footage, providing ArenaNet will let us, which they normally do. So that is the reason. There you go. There is the history of Game Slobs. So it's all thanks to Guild Wars 2 that you're sitting here watching this today. So big thumbs up to ANET for that. For a change, I'm giving ANET a thumbs up. I do a lot of slagging off of ArenaNet. I do curse them quite frequently, but I have nothing but complete and utter respect for ArenaNet and everything they do. I just don't want to say that in front of Nathrez because he'll get all emotional and he's very easily. Anyway, let's move on. So you got the Ranger, which is one that I think Nathrez will like because it's that nice mix between ranged and melee, however you want to pronounce it. You've got your Thief, which personally I think is a waste of space. People will troll me for that. Very sorry, but me personally, it's not for me. It's not my game style. I don't like to play Thief. There's Engineer, which you normally drop lots of turrets for an Engineer. They do also have like weapon packs and stuff, so You can have like a grenade weapon pack and just throw grenades at people, or whip out a flamethrower or rocket launcher, and you know, so there's lots of different things with the engineer. Necromancer, which I actually have. If you've watched any of our PvP videos, if not, get over there and watch them. They are amazeballs. I've got my own Necromancer, which is a Sylvari, a minion master. And I'm quite pleased with how mine's turned out. I've used a total makeover kit on him, which will be the second part of this video. We'll be looking at total makeover kits to make him look a bit more unique, should we say. You got your Elementalist, which, as you all know, my main character is Kupsiana Vek, which is an Azuran Elementalist. I just love the Elementalist. Can't get enough of it. Absolutely love it. And Mesmer, for any of you that have been in PvP and actually faced off with a Mesmer that uses illusions, you will know that they are irritating as hell. Because which one's the real one? Which one is it? I just don't know. I mean, sometimes they give it away by dodging, and it's like, ah, that's the one. So, anyway, let's move on to the Ranger. So, let's go. So, first of all, you've got your body features. I'll just introduce you to these three buttons here. You've got the zoom in and zoom out, the make naked button, so that just shows, that toggles armor on and off. For the character creation, I normally have it off. There's nothing perverse about that, okay? Nothing perverse at all. I just like to know what the hell I'm actually doing. And with Sylvari, you may want to toggle the lights off to begin with. Because the Sylvari glow, as you can see here, they have a different glow colour. So I generally toggle that off so you can see the glow and then turn it back on later. So as the series is called Guild Wars 2 Little and Large, I'm obviously little, so we need to make Nathrez large. Okay, so I don't like the biggest of the big, because that's just irritating. So I'm going to make Nathrez, I mean, he's going to be taller than me anyway because I'm an Azuran, so I'm going to make him like middle sized, so it's not too big that his camera keeps messing up, but not too small that my Azuran is actually taller than him, because that would just be silly. So we'll make him around middle-ish, a bit more towards taller, and then we'll go for physique. This is the whole reason why I turned the armor off, so you can see what the body type looks like, you know, and that belly button is just horrendous, isn't it? So, I mean, you can go for fat, nice big and fat, but I personally don't like that. I like this style, you know, the sort of bits in between, it's nice and choppy and sharp, so I want to go for a sort of, yeah, you see, I don't want, he looks a bit chunky there, you know, a bit like you can lose some weight, so I think that one is perfect. It's quite muscular but not too fat. So okay, and then you can choose your skin colour. There are so many colours to choose from, as you see me flicking through now, all these different colours, and feel free to pause the video to see what they look like. But I quite like charcoal, wherever that is. Blackstone, or maybe it's Blackstone. Yeah, it is Blackstone, so charcoal's the other one that I like. Or Riverbed's a bit lighter, but I do like Blackstone. And I've gone through this before just to line up for myself what I'm going to be doing. So then you've got your skin pattern, and I think I chose, which one was it? It was that one, and I had that one in charcoal. So it just adds a bit more depth to the character, because I don't particularly like, you know, big garish patterns like this. I'd rather it add to what I've got than stand out and look a bit, you know, zany and crazy. So charcoal just emphasises the sharpness, for me, of this character, and I just think that looks pretty damn epic. So, and then you've got your glow colour. So this is why I told you to turn the light off. So you see the glows down his legs and around his spine and everything. Glow intensity I always have to max. You can turn it off so they don't glow at all. But I think, well, why turn off a feature like this, which is just so cool? Again, big thumbs up to ArenaNet for this one. It's just awesome. You can go with a sea foam or a river, but my personal favourite, whether Nathrez will like this or not, I don't know, but Blurple, I just think with the black contrast, it reminds me of the default skin in Final Fantasy VII for the window skin. I used to always have it as the purple and black colour. I just love that contrast. So that's what Nathrez is getting. If he likes it, great. If he doesn't, meh. So let's move on to it is the head options. So now we need to choose his hair. Now I pre-chose this one as that one, just because I quite like that. Basically, and the colour I went with was Envy, because it just changes the colour of the leaves, and I mean, you can go for a sort of autumna sort of colour. I mean, Midnight Fire and stuff like that is when it starts getting a little bit too crazy for me. So I quite like Envy because it's a nice vibrant colour. The leaves are alive, which is always nice. Then we move on to the face. Well, actually, the face that's already chosen is the one I was going to go with anyway. I know that Nathrez likes something a little bit more different, a bit more jagged, epic looking, whereas I prefer something a little bit more pretty, in a West Side Story style. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I'm going to stop right there. So, skin colour down here, just be careful here because you've already selected your skin colour, but it just gives you that extra opportunity to, you know, test it out and change it again later. But I'm just going to stick with what we've got. And the ears, if you just left click and drag, you can turn your character around. The ears, I chose to go with not that one, that one. Just because it sort of flows quite nicely with the hair and the eyebrows, the chin twigs and everything. It just looks, you know, it's continuity. Continuity is the word I was looking for. So I turn the ear length up just so they're a bit more noticeable, and I'm trying to get them to go with the hairstyle, so it'll flow up here. So just move the tip upwards so it's all like almost as if he's been blasted with a fire extinguisher or something. Lovely. So let us move on. This is the interesting part for me, because you really get to customize the face. This is the default one, which is all just straight down the middle. I love this bit because it really does make you stand out. I know with Nathrez, he actually created his char just as pretty much default. He literally just went yeah, move that there and that there. Great. Next. Which I mean, he did say to me, "Oh God, I hate doing this stuff." Because that's how he talks, by the way. He's going to watch this video back, and when I go to work, he's just going to slap me. I can see it. I quite liked Buttercup for the eye colour, because white's too white, and any other colour, you know, you start going a bit zany. And yeah, I mean, I did think of red, or the pink one, but it does make him look like someone's farted in his face and given him pink eye. So we'll go with Buttercup. I apologise for anyone that does have a character with red eyes. I by no means think that your character has pink eye. Let's move on. So with this thing, with all these sliders, you are going to have to do a lot of this, swapping him around just to see what effect it has. So for a start, you've got your eyebrow placement. First I go up and down just to see what sort of effect it has, and then I'll turn him to the side and just see. Okay, so it just basically moves his brow up and down. Now I know Nathrez likes wants to look a bit more epic, so I'm going to move it right down to the bottom, and hopefully we can make him look angry, like permanently angry. So you got your eyebrow angle, so I'm going to go up with that. I normally just, it's either down or it's up, it's never in between. I'm a kind of yeah, I'm an absolute kind of guy. Because only a Sith deals in absolutes. Little Star Wars plug there. So, the eyebrow size. I don't for 1 second think that Nathrez will like that, because basically I don't. So I'm going to actually keep that dead center, because that looks fine just where it is. Iris size, that's a bit psychotic, and that's actually, you know what? I actually quite like that. So I'm going to make them a little bit bigger, but mainly just small iris sizes. Eyelid shape, make him look Chinese or Japanese. I normally stick to the center with this one. Openness, so you can open and close his eyes. So I normally have them quite open, because, you know, like Puss in Boots style, it's really cute. But I think we're just going to stick with, for Nathrez, we're going to stick center with this. Eye size width, I'm going to go quite wide with these, and the eye scale, I'm going to go with the standard size, just maybe a little bit bigger than that one. So as you can see now, his eyes have started shaping up. They look a lot different to how they, well, not a lot different, but they look different to how they did. So let's move on to the nose. Now this always reminds me of Michael Jackson. Don't know why. So right, so you got the bridge width, so that's there. I normally keep most of the nose just as standard. Maybe just move things a little bit, tiny bit. This bridge height is actually here, so you can make him like big nose or crooked nose. I prefer to make it just quite straight line down there, so he doesn't look like a bit peculiar. Height, that actually is the point of his nose. So you can make him look like he's been hit in the face with a shovel, or like Pinocchio. So I'm going to go right smack bang in the middle with this one. And then you've got nose length, which you can then position where the nose is. Again, I'm just going to keep it dead center. That looks fine. Moving on to the mouth. This is where it all gets a little bit racist for me. With, you know, typical lovely nice big lips, or, you know, you can make it like a bit non-existent. Lower fullness and upper fullness I'm just going to keep there, and I'm just going to keep that all as default because that looks fine. And then you've got his chin, so jaw width, so whether he's got a big jaw or not. I actually quite like that it comes to a point. Chin length, so you can actually increase the size. I mean, with most other races this would look completely ridiculous if you put all these settings on another race. Try it and see. But I quite like the fact that that's going to be quite jagged, so I'm going to pull them out, I think. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it in. I'm going to keep them quite small, not so prominent. Head width, yeah, you know, I think it just goes out of proportion, and so I'm going to keep it as medium. And head size, you can just make the head look a bit bigger, but always check that it looks, so zoom out, check that it looks right in proportion to their body. So I think I'm going to stay central with that. So there we go, that's how he will look. So it's slightly different to the default. And then we move on to armor, which I will just say, people skip this. Just skip it. You can faff around with these as much as you like, and oh yeah, make him look really nice. But as soon as you change your armor, it's all been for nothing. It's all been a complete waste. So just do yourself a favour and skip it. Just, I don't know, make it all one colour. There you go, bang, done. So then move on. Just move on. So with a ranger, and with all classes actually, you get to choose something that you start with. So that's a mower bird, or you can start with a stalker, or a fern hound. Well, I know that Nathrez would want the fern hound. I just know he will, because obviously it's a Silvari type thing. So there you go. Let's move on. Okay, trouble may follow me but I use my blank to overcome it. I feel that Nathrez would go with dignity or charm on this one. I don't think for 1 second he'd go with ferocity, because this Sylvari doesn't really look that sinister. So I'm going to go with I'm going to go with charm, just purely based on the fact that a ranger charms creatures, so it kind of would make sense there, you know. Bear in mind, this has no relevance to your actual character whatsoever. Really, it doesn't bear much relevance. It's when you get sort of this stage that it starts affecting your personal story. So, I dreamed of a quest that calls me to action. Sorry. It was a vision of the white stag, and then down here, if you look, it just gives you a brief description of what it is. So the white stag is a creature of enchantment, an immortal beast with great power. It is said that the stag will trade a magical boon for its freedom if I can catch it. Well, that to me just screams ranger, you know. You've got the Green Knight. I saw a powerful knight in green armor, his face obscured. He was defeated but did not submit, was killed but did not die. Dare I face him in battle? Who knows? And then you've got Shield of the Moon. The moon is a powerful symbol of healing and magic. Any who dream they're protected by the moon shall know faith and fortitude. I hope I'm worthy of such a vision. I personally just think White Stag is the way forward, so I'm going to do that. Okay, I believe that the most important of Ventari's teachings is... So you've got act with wisdom, but act. All things have a right to grow, and where life goes, so too should you. I feel that going along the whole Sylvari route would be all things have a right to grow. Particularly moving into the Heart of Thorns, you think that, you know, all things have a right to grow. Sylvari are, you know, some of them are turning evil, but they have the right to grow. They have the right to go that way, you know, even though we are going to probably kill a lot of them. Meh, oh well, let's move on. So I'm going to go with all things have a right to grow. And the pale tree awakened me during the... And then you've got cycle of the dawn, cycle of noon, cycle of dusk, and cycle of night. And each one gives a description. So cycle of dawn, Sylvari awakened at dawn are natural talkers, diplomats, and forward thinkers. We are intimately connected with our surroundings and markedly empathetic towards all, even other races. Midday solve problems by attacking them head on. We are warriors, hunters, and travellers. Well, that to me sounds just like a ranger. Travellers who experience life firsthand and enjoy the rush, taking risks in order to feel blah blah blah. The Dust are very actually curious and thoughtful. We love to learn and spend time reading and studying. We are intelligent and drawn towards the whatever Lucius complexities of magic. And then looking at night, secretive and curious with information. Sorry, cautious. I don't know what is wrong with my reading today. Cautious with information. We make our own decisions. And we come and go as we please, nimble of mind and body. I'm going to say noon because of the hunters and all that. So, next. And then you give him a name. So, Nathrez... Nathrez Wood. I'm going to call him Nathrez Woodbane. That sounds wonderful. Nathrez Woodbane. Okay, and then you click next and it will show you a story of your character, the starting of his personal story and his life really, and we'll go through different cinematics for the choices we have made, so let's do that.
I am Silvari. 25 years ago my people first appeared in Tyria. The pale tree flowered and the firstborn awakened. The dream contains my race's memories. We gain awareness here and then awaken into the world. The dream fills me with knowledge and is my connection to others. It is my inspiration, my guiding light. While here, I have discovered my purpose, to face evil and destroy it. Even now, I sense my destiny calling me to awaken. My time is soon. Nature and goodness are under siege. All life hangs in the balance. If Tyria is to survive, it will need us. If we fail, the dream will be consumed by nightmare, and Tyria will wither and die. I dream of voyages. The voices of my people whisper to me of far-off places and mysterious shores. A white stag races before me, brave and wild. It offers me the gift of freedom. The dream hints at my future. There are distant lands and dangerous challenges, but also I see my home, a grove with a white tree, and friends who will stand by me when I need them. My honor dictates that I help those who are lost and alone. I am the protector. I hear my name in the wind, and I feel the call of my future. And yet I sense darkness approaching. Something intrudes upon the dream. It blocks the path to my awakening. Before I can enter the world, I must first face this evil and vanquish it. I am summoned by the dream. This is my story.
And that's it. So you get your opening personal story, which is always very nice, and then you have to do your first little mission, and that's it. So jump on over to the next video now, where we will be covering total makeover kits.